Hi, I'm the Busy Bee Mom, and today we are working on a bridesmaid's dress. These are really popular right now. A lot of the girls are ordering these online, and they get them, I think they get some in advance that they can try on. Anyway, the one issue we keep having with them though is they are super long because they're just one size fits all. I did a video a couple years ago about hemming chiffon. Chiffon is this kind of lightweight see-through fabric. But I didn't say anything about doing the lining because I figured if you can figure out how to do this, the lining's no problem. But the lining's still kind of a pain and it's tedious. And I just wanted to share with you, I had kind of a brilliant aha moment about how to quickly do one of these, or somewhat quickly, and still have a really nice, fine edge. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use the rolled hem foot for our sewing machine. And I'd never used that before because when you're using a rolled hem foot, you can't really go over seams, where you have two pieces joined. It's really hard to go over that thickness. It's also really hard to start nicely, and there's no good spot where I can start or end. But I came up with a really good idea of how to get around those problems. So I'm just going to share it with you. So this is a aha moment for me on how to quickly hem the lining of a dress. Alright, Padfoot's here to help with the next step. He's been lonely, I've been out of town. So I went ahead and marked my hem and I cut it off. If you want to see how I mark it, you can check out my video about the chiffon. I show it in that video. I will say that I use a chain and I use a really fat ruler and one of these markers that's a quick be gone. You just get it damp and it goes away. So I use those to mark it. So check out my hemming chiffon video and it'll show you how I mark that and get a nice curve. So after I marked it, hey, you're losing it. I cut it off. Now with the chiffon layer, you don't cut it right after you mark it. You have to sew it first. But this lining fabric is stable enough that you can go ahead and just cut it. And then what we're going to do, we're actually going to rip out our seams just a couple inches back. Oh, I didn't even have to use a seam ripper. I just pulled. It came apart. So do that for all of your seams. This dress has 3, a left, right, and center back. So just get those taken apart a little bit back. And then you're going to put your rolled hem foot in your machine. Let me find mine and show it to you. This is what a rolled hem foot looks like. Hi, yes, you too. I think this one is the really, really fine one. It does a really skinny edge. This one came with my machine. My machine is it's a Janome New Home. I have seen kits though for older machines, like the old sewing machine boxes, that had a ton of these in lots of different sizes. So you could do much wider hems or much thicker fabric. I mean, the old machines came with so many awesome gizmos and gadgets that if you can find old machine bits that fit on a new machine and learn how to use some of these, they're pretty awesome. So we're going to get that set on our machine and then we're going to get sewing. Are you going to help? Okay, so I've got my rolled hem foot in my machine. It is set for straight stitch, just your normal stitch length. It looks like it's a little over 2 right now. And you're going to play around with your rolled hem foot. What I recommend, if you're not real familiar with using the rolled hem foot, is take the chunk of fabric that you cut off and play with that before you put your other fabric in. So you get a feel for it, you get kind of used to it. So do that, and then well, do that after I show you how to do it. So what I'm going to do is, one of the things for me I find really hard is starting. So I'm just going to take a needle and a little scrap piece of thread. I'm just going to stick that on the end here. And that's going to allow me to pull the thread through from a distance. You'll see. So I've got a hold of that. That goes in my machine. I'm going to get a hold of all the other thread. I'm just going to stick it barely under under just a little bit, just about where the needle starts. And then I have to kind of curve this so it goes in that groove. So I'm going to curve this and pull on all those threads. There we go. Now, the trick is knowing how much to fold over. If you do too much, it won't work. If you do too little, it won't work. You just got to kind of get a feel for it. I used to try to like mark it and press it, but I don't know. I never found a great way. I think rolled hem feet are awesome, but I've always struggled with them, so. And then you're just going to feed it in and stitch it. What happened? Oh no, I ran out of thread. All right, well, you get the idea. Do I have any more of this thread? This could be a problem because my check engine light is on and I'm out of thread. Okay, well, you're gonna do that all the way to the end of that piece, and then, so I'm gonna do that 3 times with the 3 different sections. And then you just stitch it back together. All right, once you have all of your sections done, you can sew together your side seams, just that little bit that you undid. For some reason, when I backstitched, it kind of got stuck a little bit. Having trouble with this fabric. I think I think the needle I have in my machine isn't quite right for this fabric, so I should have been paid more attention to my needles, but I'm really low on needles, so I need to get to the fabric store and get thread and needles. I did find some thread this color though. I had a bobbin for my other machine with this color. It went pretty good. I had a couple spots so that just like here, I don't know if you can see that, the light's so bad. You know, it just kind of got a little wrinkled, a little puckered. Just didn't quite lay. Over here I had a little too much fabric, or for some reason it wasn't rolling, so I've actually got a little of the fuzzy bit, a little bit of the raw edges sticking up. So I'll probably just take my scissors and trim those loose threads. I think it's like rolled under but then folded back again, so it's under and then curled back, so it's secure. All right, that is my trick for using a rolled hem foot to do the lining. I think that is so much quicker than folding it over a little bit and pressing it and folding it again and pressing it and trying to get those stitches just right. So if you can manage to use your rolled hem foot, go for it. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with my rolled hem foot. When it works awesome, I'm like, yay, this is awesome. But then when it messes up, I'm like, "Arr!" And it's so hard you can't just undo a little section and redo it. I guess I could just sew it with the regular machine across there. Should hold okay, but yeah. It's so hard to start. The good thing about this is the starting spot, which is a mess, is hidden in your seam allowance. So there's my suggestion for lining and using your rolled hem foot. I hope you found this helpful and interesting. Have a great day.